Hi, my name's Mark and I'm the co-founder of MMC, the Change Agency.
Hello, my name's Nicole and I'm the co-founder of MMC, the Change Agency.
I'm a accredited psychotherapist. I have an MA, I have a BA. After doing a master's degree in psychotherapy and a bachelor's degree in communications, I spent many years in private practice, in the NHS, in behavioural schools, looking at change and why human beings find change so difficult.
I am from the world of business and for the last 20 years managed both public and private sector government funded contracts throughout the country. I left 4 years ago, the year the work programme was introduced. The reason I decided to leave when the work programme was introduced is because I couldn't quite understand how appropriate intervention would be put into place when the resource was so limited. I didn't quite understand how my teams of advisors would deal with such a vulnerable group entering mainstream provision. So I packed my professional suitcase and I decided enough was enough.
I set up MMC, the Change Agency, because I believe there's a real need for adult services in the UK market.
I set up MMC, the Change Agency, with a growing passion to actually go back into the arena with a product that could actually make real change to the people that needed it the most.
I'm very interested in social change. I'm very interested in helping the very people that I believe need change the most.
Mark and myself both share the same social values, aims and mission to create social change.
I developed a model which is based on our unconscious or subconscious resistance to change. And instead of just applying that in a private practice with the NHS or where people access the service or can buy the service, I thought I'd like to deliver therapy or change or being a change coach to the very people that need it the most.
And this is how MMC, the Change Agency, was formed. It was formed from two very different people from very different professional backgrounds. That's what makes it so special, because me, Mark, have created an intervention to go into the welfare arena, the first of its kind in the UK, that can actually change those lives, those most vulnerable adults that need the change. They need this intervention.
I designed a behavioural psychological change model. Changemaker can be delivered in 10 sessions, 20 sessions, 30 sessions. We're not a one-size-fits-all company. We are unique as we create a bespoke model to that customer.
The Changemaker model was created, and from that creation came two very critical roles: the change coach and the personal assistant.
A change coach can be looked at the operator of the internal. I work with someone's internal landscape, the internal barriers. It's the psychological, the emotional stuff that I work with. The change coach is internal. The next part of the model that MMC has is the external. We pass it over to the personal assistant. This is where the personal assistant looks at the holistic model, the lifestyle, the food, the clothing, the appearance, the CV, the interview skills, everything that is external that can take that person into employment. The change coach starts the work off. And when the change coach feels that that customer is making change, has delivered change, is ready to move over to the personal assistant, ready for work, to start that process of employment.
The personal assistant creates a pathway for that customer. That pathway is critical to how a customer will move forward. The pathway looks at an end result, where that customer wants to get to. Being realistic, the personal assistant will put in small, measurable, easy steps to get to that end goal.
It only makes sense if the change coach has done their job, that the formula has worked and that person has overcome their barriers and is ready to be handed over to the personal assistant, who takes the energy that the change coach has provided and uses that so that person becomes ready for work, wanting to go to work, hungry for work, and eventually in work.
My name's Chris.
Craig.
Lucy.
I'm 36.
42.
27.
I've been unemployed since, at the end of 2007.
About 12 months.
About 8 years now.
Having had a serious illness, mental health illness mainly.
Because I'm long-term sick from my epilepsy.
Just with depression and everything like that, I was really poorly.
They give you very kind of one-to-one or very personal support. They look at the barriers that are stopping a person getting into work and analyse them and look at them and look at how they can be overcome.
It's opened my eyes to what I might have missed out on in the past, but certainly boosting my confidence, and they've got more out of me, and I've learnt more about myself in the last 5 weeks than I probably have done over the last 3 years, definitely over the last 12 months.
Yeah, definitely. It's given me masses of motivation, and it's been a real help and support. It's made me a lot less anxious really, because previously, like, job hunting seemed like a massive mountain to climb, whereas the support I'm getting is really helping me to sort of scale that mountain.
Just the last 5 weeks, I've just noticed a big change. I've got more confident, finally got a plan of what I want to do.
I get support face to face, support over the phone is available if I need it. But yeah, lots of encouragement really. I think, now I have very low self-esteem, but that's being worked on, and I get a lot of praise and encouragement, which really helps me to, just to not just feel better about myself, but also to have more motivation and kind of to believe in myself.
It's made a difference to your life?
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
MMC, the change agency, over the last 5 months has showed that for the first time there is a provision, a programme, an intervention that actually can support ESA claimants on the work programme.
We've been working within the supply chain, and we've been working direct with prime contractors. We are incredibly proud of the data, the results and the evidence that we've generated over the last 6 months.
We are really excited about the future. We're really excited that we'll be rolling out this contract and this programme over the next few months to 4 or 5 national providers.
We're personally delighted in the results, the human change, the social change, and the jobs that we've actually got in a very short period of time.
Having referred my customers forward to the MMC change agency, and after reading about the work they do and the 2 previous trials they've completed, I was really keen to have the opportunity for my customers to take part. When choosing who to put forward for the trial, I selected the customers that I felt had the most complex issues and barriers. After their first meeting with MMC, I was really struck with the level of progress the customers had felt that they've made. My customers have all had full attendance during the programme and all kept smiling whilst waiting for their appointments. The MMC Change Agency name reflects the work that they have done with my customers, and I can't wait to see how much progress they have made and building on the success that MMC has achieved in regular appointments again.